contribute. Use some of his aggressive tendencies because they're at their best when they have 2 or 3 aggressive players at once. Then you go to the guy who I think is the real star of the team, which is Snacks. And it's when he was in incredible form in Dubai. That was one of the things that put them over the top. That was why they just were imperious against fnatic. That's why against TSM they just had a little bit extra because he could go toe-to-toe with Device, who was fragging out of his mind. Then the last guy on the right, Bialy, he can be very streaky, very up and down, and variable in terms of how many kills he gets. But his kills are the ones that just destroy the opponent. When it's like Virtus plow mode, he's the guy where he's so aggressive in terms of how he plays. He's just so in your face with his rifle play especially that I can usually... he's always like the barometer of the team to me. I can always tell just what level they're in by how he's playing. If he's really going off, I know that's when they're dangerous.
All right. Well, they've got a tough fight against them. They're going to have to go against Team EnVyUs. So let's learn a little more about them.
Everyone here has won already a major. It's really strong teams and competition will be tough. We didn't really practice for this event. We didn't have a lot of time. If we start well against VP, we definitely have a shot at showing good stuff here. We would have liked to play NiP because they seem a bit off. I don't know what's going on here, but they seem not really practicing and stuff. And obviously we didn't want to play fnatic because they are like the #1 team right now. So VP is kind of in the middle, so it will be, I think, a very even match. I think it will go to 5 maps. DreamHack London was really exciting because I didn't expect the crowd to cheer for us and make a lot of noise, but they did and it felt really great. I think not in Birmingham, but we did a signing at DreamHack London and there were quite a lot of people, so definitely a big thank you to the UK community and feel great.
I think we're going to see absolutely incredible games from this team. Go ahead and talk us through the team, Richard.
Okay, well, just moving left to right, you can see obviously Happy, the in-game leader there, and an in-game leader who can frag. My esteemed colleague Duncan often makes fun of him, saying he's a bit of a beta. That his whole style is constructed around getting those frags, but that's completely not true. Duncan doesn't know what he's talking about there. We saw Happy get that ridiculous Deagle ace at DreamHack London. This is a guy who can aim, and this is a guy who can frag. So one of the great all-round in-game leaders for me, personally. Kenny S, a true superstar when he's on point. You go maybe 9 months back, he's the best player in the world, but he was in Titan, and Titan was a malfunctioning unit. Titan was really struggling to utilize his talents. I don't know how a player like him would stay motivated when you drop in like 50 frags and still losing games, which was happening to him with alarming frequency. You got Kiyashima in there. I think he can be quite a streaky player in the same way that Bialy is. When he's on point, Kiyashima's as good as anybody in EnVyUs, which is a high accolade indeed, but a very competent rifler. NBK, as I said, the bedrock of the team. I just think he's supremely consistent. He does so much work that's maybe underappreciated. He can sort of lurk. He can just do a bit of everything. Really been around for a while as well. Like I remember when he first came in, like say he was just a little kid, the new kid on the block, and now here he is. He's the sort of established veteran. And then obviously Apex, one of the new additions from Titan, an entry fragger, and I mean he is playing like a pure entry fragger. When he first came to the team, it was when they were getting to the finals of the major. They won IEM, where they beat TSM three times in a row, 3 maps due to the format that was out there. He was playing absolute god tier entry fragging. Like he would just go somewhere and just kill people instantly. So Apex, hugely important. He's been a little bit, he's cooled down from that level, but still definitely a threat.
All right, Thorn. Maps are going to be extremely important in this matchup. Go ahead and talk us through the vetoes and the picks.
Yeah. I mean, the vetoes are absolutely by the numbers for these two teams because Virtus.pro, it's always Dust 2 they've been banning recently anyway. The only time they changed it up was every now and then against some teams they'd do a cash ban. But Dust 2 is an obvious one for them because if they take Dust 2 out, they're good on all the other 6 maps.
Yeah.
Now for EnVyUs, they were the ones who were in a really tricky position for this veto because, like I said, there's 2 maps they just don't play. They've only played 1 game of Train ever, which is their first tournament, and they have never, with this lineup, played a competitive game of Overpass. So Overpass is their default ban. I think VP is the best team in the world on Overpass, so obvious choice to take that out there. But the problem there is, I just said it had to be Overpass or Train, and since VP is amazing on both, maybe the best team on both, the second you take out Overpass, that's going to be their pick. Immediately VP is going to pick Train, and they're going to be heavily favored there. Now for the EnVyUs guys, okay, their 2 strongest maps are Cobble and Inferno. So Cobble's also a strong map for VP. You don't want to pick that right now and give them potentially a 2-0 start. So you pick Inferno, the obvious choice there. It is further down the list. It's actually statistically the worst map for VP overall. So that's a very obvious choice there. It's going to be edged over to you. And then I can't see them on screen anymore, but I know that Virtus.pro picked Mirage, I believe. So that's a map where historically one of their strongest. It's currently only their third in terms of actual stats. They won 7 out of their last 10 there, and they only tend to lose to the other top teams on that. So I think that's a map that makes sense for them to be picking there. In terms of EnVyUs, they didn't play in Mirage initially. They played it once at the major, and otherwise that was their second ban basically. But they played it a whole bunch at the DreamHack London, and actually it worked out really well there. So maybe that's one they've been working on, knowing they have to expand the map pool. So that's going to be more a 50-50. Maybe we'll edge that 60-40 to Virtus.pro there. I think that then the pick over on the side of EnVyUs was Cash.
Yeah,
I think that was
Cash,
theirs there. So, I mean, that's one that's kind of been a bit questionable for both, actually, because VP used to be really good on it, but they've lost quite a few games recently, looked a bit shaky, so maybe we can say EnVyUs have a good chance there. But that leaves a really, if we can get to a 5th map, this will be an incredible 5th map, because the 5th map will be Cobble. Both these teams love Cobble. Amazingly, it's actually the 6th map statistically out of 7 for VP, but that's a deceptive stat, because what we have to realize is VP is so dangerous on Cobble that it's actually usually been auto ban status for, not the road obviously, it's been automatic ban status for most opponents, unless the opponent was amazing on Cobble. So when you look at it, okay, they've lost 6 times on Cobble. 3 of those alone were to fnatic, and they're easily the best team on Cobble. So I actually feel like that's a deceptive stat there. They're not really as bad as they look there. It's that people usually only consider playing them on Cobble if they also are amazing. Now, in the case of EnVyUs, that they live up to the billing there. They're really good on Cobblestone, and it's because it's a best of 5 that we're going to see it. So when I look at this now, I mean, I'm feeling VP here. I actually think that VP have got a really good chance, because I think when you look at the first... Well, first of all, VP are good on all 5 maps, but I think when you look at the first 3, they've got a really good chance there.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. We're going to now take it to the stage where our players are going to get ready to get in their booths and kick this off. One of the best series we're going to see today. Take it away, Martin.
Thank you very much, Jared. Thank you very much, guys, indeed. Right, it's time. Welcome back to the main stage here at the Gfinity Arena, live from EGX for the 2nd semi-final of the Champion of Champions CSGO tournament. It's time to meet the teams. Let's bring out the first team. Everybody knows who they are. Massive characters, massive talent, massive game. Go mad, go wild. Welcome to the stage, Virtus.pro! Good stuff, excellent stuff. A nice warm welcome for the guys then. Yeah, Taz, you love Taz. Taz loves you. In you go to the booth then, guys. Get yourselves nice and ready. Of course, Virtus.pro, the winners of G3 at the Copper Box Arena last August. Great guys. We love these guys. Okay, time to meet the second team. Also hoping to meet fnatic in the grand final tomorrow. There's so much money on the line, so much pride. That's why this tournament's going off. Absolutely superb. First semi-final. Let's see if we can make this one match the first one earlier today. Please welcome to the stage your second team in this second semi-final. It's EnVyUs! Nice warm welcome there for the boys in blue. Well done, guys. If you just want to take your place in the booth and get ready, all the best. Good luck. So, it's time. Let's not waste any more time by talking. Let's get down to the action. Just going to hand you over to your casters. One of these guys is one of the best dressed men in esports, especially CSGO. The other one is Henry G. Toby One, over to you.
I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I am, of course, the underdressed one. This is Henry Chi.
Hello, sir.
Toby1.
Hey.
It's great to be casting with you, man.
Yes, it's been a long time coming, I think. It's finally happened. Here we go. And what a tantalising series we've got to kick things off in our first debut together.
Yeah, what a great series. Like, I've always been a big fan at heart of Virtus.pro. They just play a wonderful, aggressive style, and they're one of those teams which have just been around since the dawn of CS.
Sure.
And for me, that gets more respect than anything else.
Yeah, you're absolutely right here. It's just so great as well. Both these teams are in fantastic form right now as well. So we've got EnVyUs coming off the back of a huge win at DreamHack London. We talk about them being slow starters going into tournaments, but this time you don't really have that kind of breathing room to get into. So going in against one of the world's best teams here, like DreamHack London, they had the British team to go up against and actually decimated them, so they had a great start.
Yep.
Will they be able to convert that form into this? D-Train against Virtus.pro. What a horrible first game that is. Like, Virtus.pro and Train is it's their best map. I think they're probably one of the best teams on this map in the world. It's so scary to watch, especially their CT setup. So
yep.
This is one I definitely favour towards VP to kick things off, but we know it's a best of 5. I think it's going to go the full distance.
Man, if it does, then I'll be a very, very happy caster. But really, like, focusing it now on Train. You mentioning it, Thorin was touching on it as well. VP on their CT side. I'm wondering if they even want to have T or CT, or if it even matters to them, because they seem to be as aggressive on both sides, and they get to play their rhythm on this map, no matter what side they're on.
I think EnVyUs definitely won the CT star. Like, I refer to VP CT side as like the fortress. It's almost it's so hard to get him any rounds whatsoever. You need to win a pistol to even have stand a chance against him. So I think if EnVyUs can get the CT start, get some momentum built up, and just get themselves comfortable in this sort of arena. Obviously, it takes a few rounds to kind of get yourself warmed up. But that's saying that as well. VP's T side as well. It's just as scary, to be honest. They have a great hybrid of set pieces and executed strategies mixed in with fast-paced spawn-based. Fast executes onto the main bomb side as well. Pash's AK-47, really scary on the terrorist side as well. And Neo's AWPing, it's one of the most consistent maps for him. I think he's absolutely great at working around, very mobile on the CT side as well. So expect to see a great show between Neo and Kenny S. This is going to be a very huge factor. Can Kenny S turn up on this first map? If they are going to have a chance of winning this one, he needs to go absolutely huge.
Yeah, and getting that early momentum as well up against VP. Like, if this meant to be VP's comfort zone, EnVyUs have to come out here and dictate the terms of how this map will be taken. So up to EnVyUs how this train will work. Of course, we do have 5 full maps, as you can see it up on the screen right now. Train, starting with that, heading into Inferno, Mirage, Cache, and then my personal favorite, Cobblestone.
Yeah, you've been waiting for that, haven't you?
I really have. I really have.
Well, this is it. So, like I said, I do definitely favour VP in this first one, but Inferno, that's VP's weakest map going into this. So EnVyUs have even if they don't win this one, they have a great chance to bounce back. And these teams are in such good form, as I mentioned before, right now. They're both off the back of fresh wins at tournaments, so looking very strong right now. And this is such a good game to kick things off for us today. I'm so excited because it looks like we may be getting into the 9th round just now.
Wonderful.
So good timing.
Wonderful. And of course, we were saying, like, EnVyUs want to be on the CT side at least. It's probably the easier side to start with.
It's not so much it's the easier side. It's in this matchup in particular, I would say it's definitely favourable for them to go on the CT side, just because we know how strong VP can get and how scary. Like Taz playing inside and Bash towards side alley, for example, they're so hard. Taz is the best inside player on this game in the entire planet. Like his timing and his predictions are so pinpoint accurate. It's somehow it's like witchcraft watching how he predicts and how he utilises his smoke grenades and getting in there, pincering the terrorist side as well. It's great to watch sometimes, but 9th round, I'd say, is very important to kick things off. I think EnVyUs will sigh a breath of relief they can actually get the CT side. It looks like they're not going to be able to.
It's not
going to happen.
Because unless VP wish to actually just send a message, because that was interesting to listen to Taz as well when he was talking previously. It's like he wants to play up against fnatic, like he wants to play up against the strongest team always. They want to prove themselves.
They're so hungry, man. Like you saw them at the major, they were so disappointed in themselves in the semi-final. They want to be that world's best team, and I think they really are getting to the cusp of it now. But here we go then. We have got a long game ahead of us, guys. Should we just get this one over with?
Kenny S says no. He's shown he'll work for this as hard as he possibly can and force VP to fight it. Because if he does manage to take a 1v3 knife round,
well, he has got an hour to play with, so why not?
Why is there not an extra limit on that? Why has it always been an hour? He finds one, he finds two, but he won't find the third.
Exciting
so where do they send him? It's in the hands of Virtus.pro.
They'll stay.
And they are definitely going to stay. So VP, we'll get to watch this this movement. I really want to see how they start their rounds as well. Like when we start to see the buyouts coming in from VP, but more importantly, like the positioning of Taz and Pasha.
Well, you expect to see some very aggressive CT play from both teams. For example, you can get Kenny S pushing towards Ivy, going towards the P1's picks and stuff like that. But VP especially, they'll do some 4th round, for example, their first buy. They're quite famous, spending 3 people inside, going for that initial frag, falling back, just getting early information. That's a great tactic to do. If you can find out where you think the terrorists will be working their picks or sending their AWP play, you can send 2 or 3 players to that key choke point, find the first frag, fall back, and at that point you've kind of almost guaranteed yourself the round, especially with the map being CT-sided like Train is. Finding the first bit of information at least, or getting that first frag, can be so essential, and VP are great at doing that. So look out for all of that stuff coming on. We think we're just getting into this one. Obviously, both teams just working out how they're going to approach this. Pistol rounds always so vital on this. D-Train pistol is interesting. There's two school of thoughts here. You can either go for the very simple play, rushing inside with one smoke grenade and have one person holding the flank, or you can do the outside smokes and try and go for a post-plant situation where the bomb goes down and it's quite easy for the T's to hold that bomb off. But it's something the CTs have to work a little bit harder for here. They need to gather intel early on. They need to be pushing up and choosing one point just to kind of eradicate some of the possibilities for the T's. But here we go then. Looks like we've got 4 sets of armor for the T's and one utility player is going to be MBK.
Yep, and that point you're talking about, they're trying to hold the train site instead. So at this point, EnVyUs, they're slowing things down. They are looking around Pop Dog, but already Snacks looking for the early bit of initiation. He's able to find us. There's that exact situation you're talking about. Get the initial kill, get the information, fall back.
And he's actually spotted some key points there. 5 on 4. You can see the utility is still available. He's got MBK and he's towards Ivy. So he's going to be the player by himself, trying to get some attention towards the outside bomb site. Use his smoke grenade there. You can see the rest of the T's actually getting ready towards the inside bomb site.
This is a real rough start for EnVyUs. When Pyjamas also able to bring down that floater MBK. Now Taz revealing 2 players coming in through the train yard, up through. And in fact, now with the drop down, moving as quick as they can to get that plant. Just the money if they can get it, but they can't get it. Kyo be brought down, and Virtus.pro have an almost flawless round.
Absolutely, really interesting stuff. And that's why I prefer the faster strats on this map. You almost guarantee yourself the bomb every single time when you rush inside, for example, or even go out main fast. That's so key here. The fact they didn't get a bomb down now means they're definitely going to be double eco. They have the option to do a force buy with Tech 9s, but right now that's probably their only option. If you get the bomb down on the pistol or even the second round, you have that option to get the early AKs, and that can be so vital against the early buys of the CTs. They only have the pharmacists, for example. But now we've got a quick pause coming in. I assume that's going to be something technical, seeing as it would be quite strange to take a tactical timeout at this stage of the game, but I think it's probably a TeamSpeak issue or something like that.
Okay, well, hopefully they can sort it out. I have actually noticed too, like, VP, they're starting to spend up a little bit of their money right now. Like, how much do you really want to be spending at this point? Because I'm already seeing an M4 in the hands of Snacks right now. But he already had the armor from previous round.
Train is an interesting map. There's lots of close. It depends how you want to play. You can stay very far back with the rifles and utilize that long range potential you have. But when you know the T's aren't going to be buying AKs, you know they're going to be Tech 9s armor. You want to have that close range, running and gunning advantage, holding close to a lower round, for example, go up close to Pop Dog, and then you're able to go toe to toe with those sort of guns. So that's what they've gone for here. They've gone for a heavier SMG buy here, a couple of P90s, an MP7 and an MP9. You can see EnVyUs now. They have got P250s going to be going towards the inside bomb site. One smoke down, a couple of flashbangs, and try and get the bomb down, force the issue here. So this is a round they're looking to win as well. They force board into it, flashbang, smokes, and a Molotov purchase as well.
I love that smoke from Taz, just bouncing up the ramp where he likes to be aggressive. Neo playing close to the MP9, he's already going to find one, looking for the second, but EnVyUs get the entry frags. Neo and Taz dropping down already. Viali's going to try and slow this down with a Molotov, but it's not going to do enough. And they have to play from range with these SMGs, but EnVyUs making the most out of the Deagles. Now to already get down 3 players from Virtus.pro. And they're perfectly spaced out on the side. 3 down low on all three rails, then 1 up high. Viali, all is in his hands, and now it's taken away from him. EnVyUs able to hit back after VP had their buy round.
That's really interesting as well. If you notice, the T's didn't actually get HUD armor. 3 of the players didn't have them. And that really benefits the CTs. They actually can utilize those SMGs perfectly. But somehow EnVyUs get into the bomb site, find the headshots with the Desert Eagles and the Tech 9s, get the bomb down, and they didn't even have to wait for the bomb to explode. Normally you'd expect that to be a really tight post-plant situation going right down to the wire. But here we go then. CTs have purchased into this round as well. They are force buying straight back into it. Yep. Neo with the scout. A couple of guys with 3 Desert Eagles and a 5-7. But they are going straight back into it. And Neo opens it up with a kill onto Kenny S. What a huge scalp to take to open things up.
Man, this is going to be so big if they can keep that man advantage, which they're able to do so as the trade goes on happy. Kyo jumping back down again. Trying to protect these weapons. And 3 AKs for Bialy pushing up so far up. But the monkey business going to work. It's now a 2-on-4. Still VP have managed to regain all the weapons. They've only got one of those AKs in their hands. As MPK slipping in through the back of the train yard, making a lot of distractions till Taz finally puts him down. And Bialy will wrap up the round with Kiyoshima being the final.
This really is going to set the tone for this series, I think. Both these teams are so high skilled in any situation. The ecos coming into fruition for both teams there. Back-to-back ecos working out. So VP get back into the series, and that's a huge round for them to win. You can see the money still pretty healthy in the EnVyUs count. They can actually force buy once again. So AK scouts, and they've gone for 3 Desert Eagles as well. And I wouldn't expect it. They know the CT money is pretty hurt by that as well. So they've got their scouts, 2 SMGs, but they have picked up the AK and the M4. So they're going to try and keep it a little more long range this time. They're not going to be going close like we saw in the second round. They're going to be waiting. And now the scout on MBK, one of the most formidable players of that weapon, heading towards Ivy.
We'll See if he can find that pick. For now, Pasha, with the smoke cover fire, there's not a lot of vision now. Kicking in for the rest of EnVyUs, who's still trying to push in through Ivy, but they committed pretty heavily. 3 players plus Bomb pushing towards Ivy. While EnVyUs keeping everyone else a little bit more spaced out. So now with Apex trying to enter the top of the train yard, this is at least keeping Virtus.pro's attention down here.
He still do have 2 smoke grenades, so right now they're just trying to work a pick. You can see 3 players working up Ivy. Pasha is going to spot them and take quite a lot of damage as well there.
He back up in time though, he can, but Viali only able to claim out one of the pushing EnVyUs as Pasha just starts spraying through the smoke, and now with no bullets left in the clip, KNS is able to get himself in the better position. Happy from Pop Dog. Okay, it's just full trade-offs left, right, center. It's a 2-on-1. Keo, last man left alive, and Taz will take care of him with the P90. And this means that VP, they will be able to take now their 3rd round here on CT.
Yeah, finally stringing 2 rounds together here. We've seen so many eco rounds working out for both teams, and now finally VP gets some momentum together. So we can see they did get the bomb down, but EnVyUs, you'd assume it's going to be, they can do almost a quasi-buy here, so it means they can get some P250s, a little bit utility with the objective just to get the bomb down again. This is a problem now. They keep force buying into these rounds. They're going to have the Kenny S issue of no AWP. You can see them actually, Apex going straight in with the Desert Eagle, head armor, and full set of utility as well. So some of the team investing into the round, some not. That's kind of strange, really. You'd kind of want to keep the economy the same across the board there, but this should be another round. VP should be able to get on the board here, but they've got 5 rifles, no AWP for Neo just yet. We're going to round number 5, and it looks like they'll be favouring the inside bomb site once again. They have got smoke grenades, Molotovs and flashbangs, so you'd assume more of the same we saw in the second round when they got in and bounced back that way. But
they're also going up against VP, who also have the same. Like, there's a lot of flashes. There's 2 Molotovs in there for Taz and Bialy. So if EnVyUs do come in, they're going to take a lot of damage, or at least have a lot of blinding done to them on the way in.
Well, they're going
to be quick.
Taz is ready there with the incendiary in hand. He's just trying to gain into it. Neo's going to be with him as well. Now he's spotted the player towards Upper, giving that information to his teammates, and this should be the full execution.
Yeah, Taz just does the perfect play on down low. They can't push down through the ramp because the Molotov's cutting off the entrance, but Taz taking out 3, going to look for a 4 right now. Bialy's going to give him the help, and he will still find the 4 for Taz, and gives the 4 for VP as well. 4-1 here in now map 1.
So see what I mean about the players investing into that round. Had they fully ecoed that one, they could have actually gone into this round with the full buy. Apex fully invested in the Desert Eagle head armor, now he had next to nothing. So the rest of the team now, another eco, and this time they're actually being a little bit more sensible. We can see just Desert Eagle's purchase, no armor, except for Keo actually, who does get the head armor as well. But it looks like a much more conservative round for the T's. Heading towards inside again, it seems, but the bomb going towards main. Let's see what this one pans out for them. And
Taz just having a little bit of a peek. Now he'll actually scout out Keo, who did aggressively push that way. And he'll back himself up. Interesting to actually see, too, the fact that Taz, knowing that EnVyUs are on these force buys, he's not pushing up aggressively like he normally likes to do on that B side. He waits for EnVyUs to come to him.
Well, they know every kill right now is so important. They're trying to build up the CT economy. It should be crushed instantly. So now the T's waiting for that smoke to go. You'd assume a flashbang coming down, and now here they go. Taz hears it. Drops on Molotov, and inside they come.
Yep, Taz able to grab one. Again, he's going to look for the big ones. And the bomb, well, it does go down. 35 seconds left, but Snacks comes in from behind. And this will be Virtus.pro. They need to find the one last player, which is Happy, sitting up in the rafters. And I think Pasha, yeah, he got a glimpse of him, but Snacks comes from behind. So a 3 for Snacks. And just great play from Virtus.pro. I like that block molly as well.
Yeah, well, we didn't really fancy EnVyUs' chances going into that round. We saw the buy was very weak. The fact they got the bomb down and the kill, that's pretty much all they could have hoped for, really. So that was successful for them, 5-1, and now we can see the Kenny S AWP coming out. Be interesting to see whether VP actually decides that. They dropped a player there, so Taz could decide to buy the AWP itself and swap it over to Neo. That's obviously their standard tactic. He's got 9k, so now a lot of applause coming in.
You want to see that battle, man, between Kenny S as well as Neo. This is the round for it.
Like we said, we did say going into this one, Kenny S is going to play a pivotal role in this scenario. And there we go. So Neo does get dropped the AWP by Taz. And that's what we expected. He can play that connector area very well. He's so good at reading this game. But he's actually got a very decent spawn towards the inside bomb site. So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually went towards the upper ramp, went for that early information, allowed Taz to fall back. Once you get an AWP set up in that sort of anchor position, it allows you just to play one person inside and 4 rifles outside going to work out there. It can be a really strong setup. And once to drop into this sort of scenario, it could be perfect for them. So expect a little change of pace. It's a different setup just to experiment. They're probably predicting the Kenny S AWP coming out right now. So this is why they're going to try and change things up a little bit, perhaps.
Well, we'll see if EnVyUs will be prepared for it. I do love the kill count as well for Taz. Such a successful time already. 10 kills, 0 assists, but 2 deaths to his name. That's a good KDA for anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw PGL on train. This could be one of the scariest maps for him. He's an absolute clutch monster on it, and he was so important recently. So this is one of his home turfs in the inside bomb side. We talk about him being one of the best players in the world in that position. So expect more of that to come. So far, it's gone pretty well for VP. 5-1 on the board, only dropping one anti-eco round. But I think we are just having a little bit of a technical issue. So we're to come back to us with it.
Yes, that we get to. And right now, EnVyUs, it's such a horrible place as well to have this pause, because it's right when you want to be able to see, like, it's the first big buy round. Everything else leading up to this round has just been like a prelude.
It's been quite scrappy up until now, like players forcing the issue, trying to just get some cheeky rounds on the board. We did see EnVyUs actually come back after losing the pistol, bounce straight back with that eco round, but then VP force bought the scouts, Neo getting 2 frags of the headshots there, open things back up. But I think we are ready to go back onto the server.
Yep.
So hopefully that'll be the last of the technical issues now, and the players have got used. This kind of happens at the beginning of lands when you just get into those booths. Still getting used to a little bit of settings and little tweaks there, but hopefully it's now sorted. Like we said, this is where the AWPs come out for the first time, round number 7. And a lot of force buys. EnVyUs potentially lost more rounds than they had to with those force buys, but here we go then. This is where we get down to it.
Yep, the map is live again. So Virtus.pro and EnVyUs, this is the critical round. Can EnVyUs actually get some kind of footing economically in this game?
Sure.
So the heavy movement's going to be looking like it's coming towards the inside bomb site again. That aggressive pushing from VP. They're really trying to take over Ivy right now. There is that floater over there.
They've actually got Neo backing them up as well, so they've got the boost going on towards Ivy, but EnVyUs playing this so patiently. They're just looking for anything they have available. You can see they're spread out, and there's actually going to be Apex just holding that flank, waiting for the pushes. They're aware of this this aggressive setup that can come in from VP, but nothing going to come in just yet. Apex creeps towards Ivy, and he's going to find a couple of players hungry for blood.
Pasha, if the patience is there, which it is, he can see him on the edge, but then again, Pasha takes a fair chunk of damage trying to back up. Realizing one player at the dustbins is just not worth it anymore. And having to use the Molotov, the smoke, to actually put it out and get back through. But that's both Bialy and Pasha both taking considerable damage, but Snacks really opens up a hole. It's at the top of the yard until Kenny S able to answer back. Maybe now he can actually clean up a little bit more, and he can! Actually shooting through the edge, Pasha. He takes a fall, and Bialy is stranded. He's just like, how many HP? I don't believe this right now. Keo also getting in the mix, and that's going to be a very, very quick round going the way of EnVyUs.
So we saw that adaptation from BP. They tried to present something a little bit more surprising. The boost coming into side alley, but Apex coming in, checking that angle straight away. And the problem with that was he knew exactly those 2 players. He knew exactly what was going on, started spraying through the smoke, did a lot of damage, and actually rattled the CTs quite heavily. Kenny S then just buying his time and waiting for those 2 shots to come in front of him, and he nails it. So we were hoping he was going to turn up, and that round he actually does. And that gets them number 2 on the board, but it doesn't break the CT economy just yet. Neo rebuys with the AWP now. Kenny S is going to be slowing it down once again. Exactly the same setup we saw last round. Just holding for the picks and seeing if there's any CT aggression coming in. We saw Snacks push his position last time. Worked out for him, but they lost the round. So they'll be trying that again. Potentially could get flashed by his teammate. There it goes. Actually, not going to find anything just yet, though.
No, he's not. But then with a Molotov, they're really just pushing Apex all the way out. They refuse to let him through. Well, looks like Keo's going to get the first one out in Neo. So the VP lineup getting a little bit smaller as Kenny S. He's just hoping for someone to have a peek down Ivy with this boost up.
Right now, once they got that first pick, they know the CTs have to peel themselves out a little bit thinner, because you can see 2 people towards inside bomb site, but this could actually work in EnVyUs' favour right now. They've got the bomb still towards outside, 2 players towards the end of Ivy, and Pasha now just going to be forced back with those smoke grenades. He's lost his intel there.
Yep.
It's going to be Bialy isolated on the bomb site now as the players make their way out of main, and he gets Molotov off as well.
Pasha can just be happy he didn't lose his life first. Now we can actually try and combine up. Bialy can't move over to help him out, however. In fact, he's going to get brought down inside the train yard, and Pasha left alone behind the trains. He's only got Taz coming in through connector, and it looks like VP don't want a single bar of this. Pasha might just have to stand here because there's no easy way for him to get out of this train yard, and in fact, MBK will shut him down as he attempts to do so.
So a flawless round there from EnVyUs. 5 men still remaining, and that time Kenny S didn't even have to find a single kill. It's all down to Kiyoshima. We talk about him and Apex being that great partnership, the fragging team, the entry guys, and so far that's working very well for them. They haven't actually had to go deep into the strap hook as of yet. These guys are so good at working frag. Individually, the talent's so off the charts for them. They can rely on this sort of strategy of holding back, waiting for the opportunities to arise, and then they can capitalize at that stage. So right now, that's working out really well for them, and it seems like they finally may have broken down the VP economy. And this is a great position for EnVyUs to be in now. So they did save one gun, so Taz has the M4. You'd assume he's going to play towards the inside side, the rest of the guys stack outside and try and play a normal round in that sort of manner, but now the double AWP setup comes out for EnVyUs. They can be so strong in this. Happy, definitely known to be handy with the AWP as well, and if the picks are working for them, why not keep a slow pace and just try and get those initial kills.
EnVyUs, I was really not expecting this kind of position on VP CT side, but this should be a very simple round for them. The only issue could really be Taz. Maybe Snacks as well, as he's in a decent position, but okay, Taz, nope, there goes Snacks. And they're just working through everything. This is Taz with this little smoke play he does over on the B side, but it doesn't work this time. Kio's too smart to it. And EnVyUs able to get 4 rounds now here on their T side.
Yeah, so as predicted, we saw Taz going towards that lower ramp. He's so good at doing that smoke play, but it really didn't amount to much because EnVyUs once again working the picks, not having to do too many strategies as of yet. And you see the CT money still not in a great position, not a single kit purchase for them. They can't allow the bomb to go down now. They have got a decent amount of utility apart from that, but it seems like a faster paced round coming in. Actually, Apex decides to bail out of that one and literally just reworking the same setup once again. They're not having to change anything whatsoever. I expected the kind of a change of pace to go out there and start forcing the issue onto the CTs, taking advantage of his money situation, but they just have to sit back and see what comes to them. And the CT's now going a lot more passively. We're not seeing any of these boosts coming in towards Ivy or so. And I actually haven't got the AWP to fall back onto as well. Has to be said, Neo hasn't had that much impact of it so far.
It really feels like VP don't get to play their game. Like this, we hold back, we wait for EnVyUs. That's the VP motto right now. But I don't suppose they got any other real choice. As you said, they're not really fully pimped down on their in their buy at the moment.
Sure. Well, here we go then. Teams once again. Apex towards Ivy. It's going to be Pasha. A little bit of info though. Smoke coming in. Flashbangs out Molotov as well, so we should see some confrontation here.
At least he's in front of it. Like that all flew straight past him, so he's able to hold his spot. A lot of alt fire as well coming out from over on B, maybe trying to force the VP rotation to come before they attack him, but Pasha. Oh, there goes MBK, so no more troubles about Ivy. And Snacks is also just revealing the fact that the rest of EnVyUs, they're coming down in the train yard. Has to move the back of the bomb site, able to bring down Kenny S. And Keo and Happy, now they team up together, cleaning out these VP defenders and opening up the A site. The problem is that bomb hasn't moved over just yet. So the flank has time. Yep, they have to pick it up off the top of the train. In the meantime, Taz able to get a revenge kill into Keo. And that means he's in connector. And with Neo moving up through the train yard, it's all down right now to, well, the one man. But the time runs out, so they end up saving their weapons, but time was just not on EnVyUs' side this time.
Well, yeah, like you said, VP didn't force the issue whatsoever there. They played so far back, they just wanted to wait for EnVyUs to actually execute onto the bomb side there. But you saw the execution from EnVyUs there. Most teams, when they go to the outside site, they'll do the wall of smokes there, cover themselves, and allow themselves to get that plant down. They came down with just one smoke towards connector, and they got some frags there, but it just wasn't enough cover down to get the bomb placed, and time is ticking away. And now they do come back with money though, but the CT economy is still pretty ropey. You can see Nero there actually forced to go on a scout this time, unable to salvage any of those weapons. So this is still a massive round there, and Taz opened things up onto a headshot on Kiyoshima. And he tried to get some intel on the inside bomb side by himself, and he gets punished for it, but Apex answers straight back.
And the perfect time for Taz to also make this play over on Happy. Happy goes for the shot, and this will fail on them as well. So even though they didn't have that off, the great play coming out there from Taz, able to free up the inside plant. But EnVyUs, they're still looking to make this play over onto the A side. Able to bring down Neo at the start. It's going to be a good way to start this, forcing out the 2-on-2. And Kenny S looking for that small little glimpse, and no! Aims lower on Snacks, but Snacks aims up higher, finds the head of Kenny S. And MBK, the last man left alive at the back of trains. He's being chased down by Snacks.
He has got plenty of time on the board. A smoke grenade as well, just trying to find any sort of kill he can, but the CT's playing very disciplined right now. They're not giving anything away. They know they have the bomb in their favor, and right now they don't need to move. They have a nice crossfire. They have full control of that outside area. 2 kills each. It's all down to MBK to find this initial frag here. He shouldn't be allowed to have 2 one-on-one situations. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to capitalize on seeing that gun. Snacks with the reflex shot there, picks up 3 frags for himself that round, and you may see, actually, they can see Apex has 10k in the bank. They are high rolling right now. So 7-4, VP salvage a couple of rounds. but that double AWP setup coming in once again. The problem with the double AWP setup is that you don't have the option to do these proper outside executions. You can't really go in the little fragging unit. You can just have to work the picks and see what you can do with them. And I'd imagine we'll see more of the same here. But now we have two players heading towards side alley with the bomb as well.
I actually want to have a look towards the B ramp in a moment too. Like you talk about, like the fact you have to play such a slow style game with these double AWPs. Like a slow style game up against a VP quick move. Like, unless you get that initial hit, which is what KennyS is looking for now, this kind of stuff happens where Taz creates a lot of problems for them.
Sure. Now once again, EnVyUs trying to work the picks here. Happy's going to have the AWP towards the inside ramp as well.
Oh, perfect line dash. You see that jumping up CT player. And it's Neo, in fact. But they're coming down, or actually going in. So an aggressive push coming out there from Taz. He's going to come in behind. In fact, yeah, he already managed to find one, finds out Happy. And BK ever so stealthily gets caught sandwiched between two VP players. And Kiyo's not quite sure where to go now. He's all by himself. He's losing all of his teammates. There's just no one left. So he'll have one last little run down towards the train yard, down through Pop Dog. And in fact, he'll be cleaned up pretty easily too. VP only losing one weapon there. And they have managed to get that AWP into Neo.
So now they finally have broken the EnVyUs economy. So you can see the players there. Apex still had that huge bankroll from last round. He bears up the AK. I'd have preferred him to save that cash so they have the AWP once again, but maybe it's time to change things up a little bit. Just because this picking mentality inside VP have actually caught on to what's going on. They're playing a lot more passively and then kind of facing angles together with set flashbangs and taking down the AWP players. So Force Spy does come in. AK scouts, maybe AK. For that first pick there. Does actually hit Pasha, but not going to do pretty much any damage, but the second phase does more. But he gets taken down there with the AWP.
Yeah, considering Pasha has been sitting there with rifles most of that time, having that AWP made that battle a lot more difficult.
It's interesting, normally we talk about Neo now being the main AWPer.
Yeah.
Change of pace there, so Pasha's going to be picking that one up. As I said before, Neo hasn't had that much impact with it. Maybe he's just not feeling it this map.
Maybe.
And now 4 players going to be heading towards the inside bomb side. They have got full sets of utility here. 4 smokes, flashbangs. That has... I would say this is quite telegraphed right now. They're not showing any presence anywhere else on the map. And that's why you have got 2 CT players now rotating towards the inside area.
And they're perfectly positioned for it too, but Neo can't find the kills that come down, but he's softened them up for Taz, taking out 2. There's your third for the man. He was the top fragger in the early rounds, and he's going to get a lot more right now unless the Tech 9 of Happy's able to go on top, which it can. But Snacks is there to mop up the pieces, and VP now 9 rounds to 4 on this CT side, but still EnVyUs doing better than most T-sides of late here on Train.
It's another really weird buy from EnVyUs. That's not a one they didn't have to take there. Like, considering they knew VP were going to be on a full buy, they hadn't broken any kills whatsoever. The last round is pretty much flawless. And they come in with the scouts and Tech 9s, and now they're back. They could have had a full buy this round. But nope, they're going to have to look towards the last round here. They've got the quasi-buy coming in, Desert Eagles, P250s and CZ. And looks like they'll be favouring towards the inside bomb site once again. It did work out for them in the second round, but they haven't had too much success since then. But no grenades this time, just one flashbang to play with. I'm not really sure what the dream's going to be here.
It's just so easy for VP to rotate. Having that one player down and connected like Snacks is going to be there very quick.
Well, this is it. They've got Neo now on the AWP. He gets all the intel towards the upper ramp. Taz waiting to incendiary, and this is it. Drop perfectly, and now the spray down comes in.
Yep, they run out to the side for Taz. He's locked them in onto the side. That's the reason why they can't back up. But MBK doing work with the Deagle, and Snacks trying to come in, and this is what we talked about, the quick rotation to clear it up. But Happy, they didn't see him running down the side of the train line, and now it's up to MBK with this Eagle, just looking for some kind of joy, but can't find anything, and VP able to go into double digits now, 10-4 on their rounds.
Absolutely, so now they have actually got the double AWP set up themselves. So we saw EnVyUs doing that on the T side, and it did have reasonable success when they got one gun round of that. But now they're going to do it themselves. So you have Neo and Pasha on the AWPs. You'd assume Pasha will be going towards that side alley area. But this is the full buy from EnVyUs now. So going back to something a little bit more methodical. You can see smokes going out early on. They're not going to be doing the slow pick play, it seems. Smokes will be going out. They're going to be doing an actual set piece towards the outside bomb side.
Oh, there's the last round, the half, but Taz waiting for that set piece. He actually can only find one of them, but again, it's just really the softening. They beat him up for the rest of VP to come in and finish the job. It's up to KennyS as well as Happy. One last round, 2 AWPs for VP, so they can just play this range game up against EnVyUs until, okay, well, there goes KennyS, so it's all up to Happy with his AK, and he's trapped in trains.
Pretty lackluster round from EnVyUs, but Happy trying to salvage it now. Makes it a 2-on-1 situation. AWP on Neo in play still, and there it is. Headshot comes in and finishes the round off for VP. A little bit of a ropey start for them. They actually won the pistol, then got eco back. They have found some momentum there, and then 3 rounds came in for EnVyUs. But as soon as VP stabilized their economy, they managed to come back into it, and it seems like that's a very convincing half from them. EnVyUs definitely have got the uphill struggle here. They need to win this pistol to get themselves back into this series. 11-4, not a terrible score. 4 rounds as T is workable, but you need a pistol going into this one. So let's see what they can do here. We saw that very slow approach coming in from the first half and EnVyUs, but I prefer to see something much faster. That's what I prefer to see on train rounds. Get the bomb down and guarantee yourself a post-plant situation.
While EnVyUs are playing the safe play over on A, the fast play is coming in from VP as they're preparing to go to the inside planet B. There is, however, that one man. It is MBK who's doing the same job as Taz. Gets a little bit of extra vision there. Only saw, okay, now we got a lot more information. That's 3 players. Throws out the incendiary just to slow down this push from VP. And now the choice is there. Do they go in or do they fall back to the A?
Well, no, they're going to go in with this. I would assume so. They've just dropped all their smokes as well.
Trying to make that play. MBK caught in behind the trees. Got help from Apex. He's able to find out too. And VP, this push has not worked right now. They're still going to go for the plan. Faking it off. Is Pacha running away? Actually, Pacha running in with the pistol to find the kill and protecting Viali, his teammate, to get that plant down. So at least VP can find some money out of this round, even if they won't find the full win. It's all up to Neo at the top, but he's so injured. Okay, he's got himself a Molotov with a bounce down to make it difficult to get that defuse. But not impossible. Looking for the second, able to find it, but finally he'll be shut down by Kiyo. So it'll be a simple defuse for EnVyUs. But VP, they still got that plant down. Yeah, absolutely. So that's normally the objective on the T round. Just getting that bomb down is the first part of the operation. We saw EnVyUs didn't even do that on their pistol. So this time, MBK there, really good work from him. He held on to his incendiary for as long as he could, getting that information, spotting that lower ramp, and then delayed the team coming in there for at least a good 5 or 6 seconds, allowed his CTs to rotate over, and from then they were able to clear out. The bomb did go down, but they won the round. Like I said, that's exactly what they needed to get themselves back into this. But this is a different approach now. When you get the bomb down in the pistol, you know the AKs are coming out, not this round, but the next one. Yep. So they're preparing themselves for that with 3 rifles in hand. You can see Kenny S is just getting a CZ. He wants to make sure he has a nice healthy buy going into the next one. So full eco pretty much coming in from the T's. Just going to be trying to get the bomb down once again to make their way down Pop Dog. Yeah, but EnVyUs, because of this rifle advantage, they can display everything from range. They do, however, lose Apex, and Snack's going to make him lose another one, or maybe he can't. The burst fire just cannot do the job. Brought Kenny S down a little bit, but that armor protects him. Key thing for the CTs there, don't drop any men. Everything was so valuable there. Like I said, they know the AKs are coming this round. They managed to only drop 1, so that's pretty good from them. You can see now they've got the 4 rifles, and Kenny S will be picking up that P90. His bank's still quite healthy though. If they win this round, he's definitely getting an orb next. So here we go then. This could be one of the most important rounds of the game. Chance VP to rock the economy of the CTs. They get the 5 AK-47s. They have got 3 smoke grenades as well. And they've very aggressively moved here. EnVyUs getting Kenny S up on top of the box with that P90, so he's wanting to shut down Ivy so they can focus on the main A site. Had to throw down the secondary smoke as well. He's able to find one, then has to back it up. They're spraying through the smoke. Tanzari managed to bring down Apex, and Kenny S, he doesn't, well, actually no, he does get himself out of there, but drops by half of his life from VP. They're coming down to the A site now. Happy sitting inside the smoke, pops the flash, tries to find one coming out of Pop Dog, able to find him, but doesn't able to kill him. It's such a difficult round to win. When you're in that scenario, you need to force the issue to CT. You need to be going for that first frag. We saw Kenny S boosted up towards Ivy. The idea is to find one chance frag towards that area. As you know, like the Arsenal going up against both teams, the terrorists have the advantage, even though they actually lost the pistol. In that scenario, they have more money and they're better firepower. So the CTs try to find that first frag, and unfortunately for them, unable to hit the shots. But look at this round. They actually have 2 AWPs coming in, and there we go. Happy opens it up. Snack's not actually expecting that one. No, he really wasn't. And that means now, EnVyUs, well, they can't regather the gun, and in fact, they're going to lose Kenny S. Taz completely blinded as Apex cleans up that A entry. So the rest of the work for VP just became a hell of a lot harder as they have to regain their line again. Neolis has managed to secure Pop Dog and is able to say, you know, at the top of the train yard, it is clear. Such a big call to make as well. 2 players on pistols, 2 orbs coming out. Had that not worked out for them, that could have been that game over for. But this is EnVyUs. They always find some sort of room here in these situations. They get the first frag, but it's a 4-on-3. Make it a 4-on-2. Keo and Apex getting 2 frags there. And just so quick. VP were just trying to look for a little bit of information. Now Bialdi's going for that. It's just the small chance shot. Gets tagged on the way out. Wants to try and protect this AK, but for 40 seconds surviving, Kyo's already very aggressively pushing up through vines, and in fact, that's the kill that gets that's the player that gets the kill on Bialy.
Yep, well, there we go then. The AWP's coming into fruition there for the CT side and actually completely rattles the economy of the T side here. You can see two players going to be pretty devastated. They can afford to get AK-47s and Tech 9s if they want to. I just said this sort of scenario, you probably didn't want to. You wanted to make sure you had the full healthy buy going into it. You got the advantage here, and now they know they're going over the double AWP setup. The best play here for me would be going towards the inside bomb site and smoking off some key areas and trying to get the bomb down and out. But there we go then. Looks like they'll be smoking towards the outside bomb site.
But they haven't thrown him out just yet. So EnVyUs holding tight.
So this is the play I'd like to have seen. So they are going to go towards the inside side. This is the best way to isolate the AWPers. You can smoke them out. And once the bomb goes down, it's a case of pushing down, getting aggressive, and not allowing the AWPers you can get out of connector or CT spawn.
Well, here they come. Happy's going to flag it and instantly gets the kill over on Neo. Doesn't matter if he's blind. He can blind shoot that. And with VP losing their entry fragger, actually Happy moving up a very, very long way here. Wants to pop the flash. He's actually bumping straight into him. They don't know they're right in front of each other. They're touching noses and they're going to go down. But at least it becomes now a 2-on-2 situation after the chaos stops. Snax looks for the opening, but Kyo is there. Partial get the plant down, doesn't realize they're in very, very close. Kenny S will drop, and now 1-on-1. Kyo and Pasha. Pasha, the walking wounded, and Kyo will put him out of his misery. EnVyUs able to claim just another round, but VP really made him work for that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Big round there. Could have gone either way. We saw Pasha, the last player alive. Had he had a little bit more HP, could have brought that one off. But a decent round for them going towards the inside side. That's what I'm talking about. Once you get the bomb down there, it's just carnage that goes on in that bomb site. And especially when you've got double orbs to try and retake that sort of area, it would be very difficult indeed. So getting the bomb down once again, this is where VP start to struggle a little bit. Going to be forced by once more, it seems. So going to get the AKs, the Tech 9s out, and it's getting to the point now they're going to keep doing this, and it seems like they're going to be bleeding EnVyUs money at this stage, but they have got grenades, smoke grenades, molotovs, Tech 9s, and one AK on Pasha.
If it pays off, then EnVyUs are in a bit of a crippled position too. You can get those weapons back into VP, but then again, like, the ability to pull it off when this kind of stuff happens, then again, Pasha, that one AK, that one weapon they have, brings down Happy.
That's a kill Happy should be hitting all day long. I'm not sure why he didn't get it. He had time to react to it. He's not managing to land it. Now they give the AWP to Neo. A real chance now of taking this round.
But where do you go from here?
What's the thing? I'd say you probably want to wait for these smokes to eradicate first and then probably make your way to the inside bomb site once again. You can see Apex trying to find a frag to open things up there. Does a little bit of damage, but not really going to amount to much. Taz getting some distraction towards the outside area, and now the bomb going down towards inside. Actually gets neutralized by MBK.
It looks like again Bialy now. He's able to get into MBK. And Snax close with a Tech 9. Can inflict heavy damage, bringing down one and dropping Kenny S to 24. And he can't walk through this until finally he throws down the smoke, knows the plant's on its way. But it doesn't do enough damage, and Bialy will finish up the round, and 13-8. Like I said, if EnVyUs they lost this round, it's going to hurt them. How badly has it hurt them?
This is the thing, you only get $1,400 going into this round now to CT side, so this is where they probably do have to buy in a little bit into this one, get some P250s, try and do a stack somewhere, try and work out what's going on, but they really don't have the ability to get any grenades or anything. This should be a tied-up round for VP, and this potentially could be this series as well. Normally you would say EnVyUs have to double eco in this situation just to get their AWPs back out, but they're not going to have the opportunity to do that. One more round after this puts VP onto map point, and you can see them playing a little bit slower here. They're going towards inside once again, but Snax can be working that outside area. He's got great map control here. The TCs have no idea he's there. It's going to be very exciting.
They just don't know, and now Kenny S gets a surprise to the side of the head, and Snax, while he finds a second, looking for the third over a connector. And EnVyUs, it looks like they're not quite sure where they want to move to. They're trying to protect the inside plant, but they've lost control of outside. Patience, absolute patience. Snax, he's up very, very high. They're not going to check the belly, and he looks away, but no, it doesn't really matter. Not with an AK. Able to catch up both Apex as well as MBK, sitting on a Falfa. Are they going to give him the ace right now? Well, it's hard. Happy's on the run. He's gone a long way past Vines to loop around, and Neo's going to be perfectly there waiting for him. What a great round for VP. Not a single weapon lost.
Yeah, very clean. Snax with that outside lurk play there, making sure he gets 4 frags and punishes every CT who had no idea. And this is what I'm talking about now, the CT economy. Normally you'd be forced to do a double eco situation here, but EnVyUs just don't have that option right now. They have to buy. They're looking down the barrel of map point against VP on train, so buying over the Famases, no defuse kits, a few smokes, and 2 M4s there. So obviously a round they have to win. And nothing too special coming out from them. They're not going show an aggressive play here, just playing very passively and making the T's come to them. But VP, really working at AWP, just making sure they squeeze out any sort of utility the CTs may have. They're well aware of this economic situation right now.
Yep. Well, for now, EnVyUs hold strong. And VP, they're happy to play this patient game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all they need to do to squeeze out anything the CTs may have, just force them to use any smoke grenades, any flashbangs, and then make their move. They know how much of a strong position they're in right now.
Well, there's only 3 flashes and 1 smoke left for EnVyUs, so they've managed to bleed it pretty dry. While VP, they're cooking up a storm with all their stuff. They've still got 4 mollies and smokes and everything.
How can you hold this off with no kits and no utility? You need someone to go big. Someone needs to go for a pop flash and go for that first pick just to deny the full execution coming in here from VP.
But they're trying to play safety instead.
Well, this is it. If they play full safety here, all the smokes will go down, they'll get the bomb down, and then it's be an almost impossible retake in that situation. Here comes, they're setting up for the execution now, so the smoke's coming out.
Very, very deep, so A site. EnVyUs now know where it's going to come. They haven't started the rotation just yet. In fact, it's a bit more of a dummy. They throw the smokes on the A, but the bomb is coming over towards B. So Virtus.pro, that's where MBK has to really step up here, but he's been shut down. Happy, he's still that last man standing over on the train side, able to bring down 2 from range. Looking for the third, but Bialy starting up the plant. It's just Bialy and Taz left. Taz hearing him running up towards Heaven, able to shut down Happy. But the T's are split, and Kenny S, well, okay, he will go down, and VP with a crap ton of map points.
Absolutely, there you got 7 in a row just to kind of close this one out, and you know the CT money is absolutely done for us now. This should be this series over, but Happy doing everything he could in the inside bomb side. I didn't expect him to get 2 frags in that situation, but somehow manages to do it. It's not going to be enough though. We go to 15-8. Full buy obviously coming in for VP, and now EnVyUs once again force buying into this situation, but never discount them from these rounds. They can do serious work here. Not going to be pushing towards any sort of inside area though.
No. Not for now. EnVyUs, is there magic? Is there something left in them? Virtus.pro just playing the safe game again. EnVyUs, they do at least have a hell of a lot of flashes and smokes, but as you said, like, they haven't gone for any kind of aggressive play. There's no push up with the CZ. Looking for that instant kill. Neo able to get a little bit of information right there.
All they can do is just sit here lying in wait and hope that somehow someone gets a big spray down with the CZ here. They have got a decent amount of grenades, but there we go. Snacks opening up to Keo, and that might be all she wrote, Toby, for this map.
It could be. It could well be, man. But ever the optimist. Hold on to the very, very end. You never know when someone can go big in CS.
That's the thing.
Well, Apex, maybe he is going to be this man sitting. Well, Bialy, he saw him, though. Had a bit of a glimpse around the power unit, and now Happy. Well, there's one. But the Molotov's keeping him at the back lines, and they know exactly where they are. Having real trouble finding the second. Pasha and Bialy, they'll wrap it up. And that one goes the way of Virtus.pro as they take it out against EnVyUs.
Well, this is their pick. We expect them to take it. We've talked about EnVyUs being slow burners, like trying to get into tournaments. Like I said before, Dream in London, they had the British trying to go up against them and get warmed up there and firing all cylinders. So far, it seems like they're a little bit cold. No one really turning up there. It was quite quiet performance across the board for them. Did have some interesting T rounds there, but only got 4. They had, and that's including the anti-eco or the eco rounds they won as well. So VP there just showing up completely 16-8. And their T side, you didn't ever have to question it really.
Now I really kind of felt that like VP, like they weren't also playing their game. Like EnVyUs got shut down, but like where was that aggressive CT play? You play a very, very passive T side, but it also works so well. Like I'm not going to pull against it. It's just a different style that you.